Mom, if you need us to stay...
No. That's all right. I'm sorry. This is going to take a little bit longer. I'm sorry our lunch was interrupted.
Let me guess. Now I get questions from the kiddies?
Get lost, Todd. We're gonna head out. Come on.
Fine by me. Got business to take care of. Mr. Vandenberg, Mr. Collins, this is my wife, Blair. Vicky, I trust that you two know each other.
How do you do?
Nice to meet you.
Collins?
Hello, Blair.
Vicky. Well, it looks like Todd and I will be a part of your family now.
It's not official, dear.
Oh, well, I assumed.
I still have to get by the trustees. They get to decide whether I meet the requirements of the high and mighty lords. So which is it? Do I pass or do I fail?
Mrs. Manning, I don't envy you having to polish this rather rough gem. At the same time, I do envy your bank account. You and Todd will never have to worry about money again.
Mr. Collins, are you saying that?
Well, unless Arthur knows of some reason to contradict me. Well, in that case, pending approval by the rest of the trustees, I'm satisfied your husband is who he claims to be, the rightful son and heir to Victor Lord's trust fund.
You heard Mr. Collins. It's all ours.
Well, you hit the jackpot, didn't you?
You know, Vicky, I don't see it that way. I see it that my husband has been recognized for who he is. Victor Lord's son, your brother. And he is entitled to everything that comes his way. Isn't that right, sweetheart?
There's only one thing that I want.
Mr. Collins told you the rest of the trustees have to confirm it.
Look, I'm not talking about the money. Now, you knew my mother and father. Both of you, didn't you?
I considered Victor my friend.
But you knew my mother also. I want you to tell me about them. Fill in the blanks.
Todd, what is the point?
Look, I answered all of your questions. I played pincushion for your stupid little blood test. And it's like Blair says. I'm Victor Lord's son. Now I get what I'm entitled to. And that means answers.
What is it you wish to know?
Everything. Why did Irene give me to the Mannings? Why didn't she fight for me? And how come 25 years later, all of a sudden, I'm worth 30 million bucks?
It's a dark story, young man.
Try me.
Gentlemen, I think perhaps Todd has heard enough for one
Come
day.
on, I want the answers, the whole story, right now.
Feeling all right?
Yes, I'm fine. But I think that perhaps this is something he should hear alone.
Sit down, Vicky. Listen, you said you wanted to be here for this.
Yes, but I don't...
Come on. It's not like any of this is going to be a surprise. We're just talking about your father. What's the big deal? I want it all, right now, the whole story.
Are you feeling all right, Vicky?
Yes. I think this is probably something that Todd should hear alone.
Oh, come on, Vicky. You said you wanted to be here for this.
Oh, yes, I did, but it's not really necessary.
Well, what's the matter? None of this is exactly going to be news for you. We're just talking about your father. What's the big deal?
Well, perhaps I can get you something.
Oh, no, thank you, no.
Well, maybe just sparkling water with a dash of wine.
Thank you.
Look, enough about the wine spritzers, okay? She doesn't want anything.
Todd.
What I want to know is what went on with Victor Lord. And where do I fit in? That's what we're going to talk about, okay? Everybody cool with that?
Now that you've proven yourself to be the legitimate heir, that is why we're here.
Good. Mr. Collins?
Oh, Hopkins Barnaby, please. I always prefer that young people
Fine.
feel free to...
Barney. Let's just do it, okay? The whole story. Now, you were Victor Lord's lawyer.
And friend. That's rather important. I was his friend. As for how you came to be born, oh, well, as Vicky here knows, Victor Lord had a relationship with her college roommate.
Irene Manning, Vicky told me. Now, there's one thing that I don't understand, all right? Now, Tina is older than I am. So this relationship must have gone on quite some time, right?
Yes, but Victor insisted on keeping it secret for years and years, even from you, Vicky. Isn't that right?
My father loved secrets. More than anything, he loved secrets.
Thanks, Carla.
You're going to understand, Victor Lord at all. You must understand that secrecy was an obsession. Wouldn't you agree, Vicky? I mean, he was a very private man.
Oh, yes, extremely private, yes. He was always very careful to guard his privacy. Secret meetings, secret contracts.
Secret trust funds.
That's right. And he was with my mom this whole time. That was a big secret.
Yes, in fact, I got out some of Victor's old files for this meeting. I agreed to continue as a trustee for the fund even after I retired as an attorney. Victor was a client, of course, and as I said, a dear old friend.
Let's just cut to the chase, all right? Victor had this thing going on with Irene, Vicky's roommate. He was doing it with someone his daughter's age, for God's sake. And then Tina is born, and then I'm born, and that whole thing was kept a secret.
Very secret. In fact, here's a letter which he sent to me, which I trust Vicky won't at this late date cause you pain. Dear Barnaby, it is absolutely imperative that my daughter not know of my relationship with Irene. Victoria's own life is in turmoil now, and I'm afraid this would distress her tremendously.
Turmoil, huh? Because dear old dad thought you were a little wacko. Of course, it could have been worse. Peter Manning could have raised you.
Todd, please. The point here is that secrecy wasn't just Victor Lord's wish. It was his direct order to anyone who worked for him.
All right. Here's another question for you. My mom, Irene Manning, she didn't give Tina up. She raised her. How come she gave me up?
She felt she wasn't strong enough to handle 2 children on her own. She'd forced Victor to set up a trust fund for you, but then when an old college friend, Barbara Jones, was so eager to adopt, just at that time, they made the arrangement. Barbara happened to be married to Irene's cousin, Peter Manning.
But they both had to keep it a secret.
Yes. Secrets, always secrets.
Well, I'll tell you this much. If there hadn't been a trust fund, even though it was small back then, Peter Manning would never have gone for it. And I never would have had to be raised by that scum. See, it's all about money. Money's everything. This is just another reason why we should hate Victor Lord. God, Vicky. I don't know, you stood with the guy.
Great number of mistresses during his long life.
Oh, good God, yes. When he took up with that young Dr. Kramer, that's what I thought was happening.
Ah, yes, Dorian.
And then he married the woman. Guess he met his match there, eh?
All right, that's enough about Dorian, Lord. You were talking about my mother.
Yes, well, the point is, you see, that Irene wasn't Victor Lord's first mistress, nor was she the only one who bore him children.
So there are other kids besides me and Tina?
Well, I do know of one male, I've forgotten his name. Sloane mentioned him in Lord of the Banner, Vicky.
Tony Lord. He was my older half-brother, but he's dead now. His mother was a woman that my father met before he shipped out to the Pacific in World War II in San Francisco. But this was before he married my mother.
Great. How many more are there?
None that we know of. But of course, we only just found out about you. Excuse me, I think I am going to go and have a drink.
Poor woman. All this negative talk about her father must be very trying.
Yes, yeah, you could see that.
The thing I don't understand is this. After everything that Victor Lord did, and he's been dead so many years, why does she say that she loves him so much? And trying to protect his memory and all that?
Scotch neat. Come on. The others can't come out now because they can't handle this. I can. Be strong. Just be very strong. Sit through this until the end. I have to know everything that Todd knows about Victor Lord. And then make sure that he doesn't get more curious. And I cannot let him find out the one secret that no one can ever know.